Penniless Podcast. Tuba, 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 tuba. Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. Tuba, 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 tuba.
Welcome to the Penniless Podcast. Woo! Hey-oh! Look at us go. We are here. We are there. We are everywhere. I think that's going to be our saying from now on.
I don't think it is. We are here in your ear.
We're
I
here
think that's
in
what
your
it's gonna be.
ears.
But
We are guest.
We have guests.
We have guest. I have an introduction for our guest today, and here it is. The hardcore party participator, body shaper, mover shaker, been here before, Tabitha. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Is that the best intro you've ever had?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would you
I knew
like
it.
something like that every time you walk into a room?
Oh, that'd be grand.
Yeah, no worries. I'll record it for you and send it to your phone.
Amazing. And then I'll just slide my phone in on the floor and have it on loud.
Like Ghostbusters style, you like throw the ghost catcher in, whoa, just pops open and the disco lights go and stuff.
The smoke starts pouring out. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, and smoke.
Yeah.
And maybe bubbles.
Yeah.
Bubbles?
Sure.
Confetti.
Confetti.
Oh, yeah.
Confetti.
Great. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Got to make a mess.
Lasers. Just.
Lasers as well.
Yeah, in the smoke.
Yeah, and this is every time you go into a room.
Every
Yeah.
time.
At what point does it get too much?
Never.
Yeah. The limit does not exist.
Never. Screw everyone else. It's like, why does she keep turning off the lights and throwing this thing in? This is the worst.
Tabitha's like, I just need to duck out and grab something. No, I'll get it.
It's fine. You stay in the room.
Stay put. I'll get whatever you need.
Yeah. What a tangent already. Well, welcome to the podcast. It's good to have you back. I haven't actually seen you for like over 20 years or something. So it's been a while. It has been a while. So Tabitha used to work with me at another place that I used to work. That it's like Voldemort. You don't speak of it.
You didn't say its name.
I was literally about to say that.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, I
I
said it.
I'm still currently a Death Eater.
You are right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
What is that again? The green one? The green one from Harry Potter. Green.
Slytherin.
Yeah, you Slytherin.
I am
So you
actually
mean
a
the
Slytherin.
house
Yeah.
in Harry Potter, the green one?
Yeah, the green one. Slytherin.
I got it. It's
How did I
fine.
forget that?
I don't know.
I don't know. What am I again?
Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Are you a Hufflepuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so obvious, right? And actually, I've done this to people at work, and sometimes you have to like tread carefully because you know what they are, right?
Yeah.
You know exactly what they are, but if you say it out loud, sometimes it's like sometimes they get offended.
I know you knew what I was straight away.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting there, I think we were doing the personality one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what house are you? And you knew straight away.
Yeah, I did, and I've done it to a few people, and I think it's Hufflepuff as well. It's kind of like if you go
You
for
don't wanna be a bit-
Hufflepuff,
yeah.
and it's like a bit like fluffy.
Yeah, I think the thing is, like, when I do the test based on how I see myself,
Yeah.
it's probably not Hufflepuff.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's Gryffindor.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was about using smarts and things like that.
yeah.
But yeah, it was historically more, I think, study based
Yeah.
were some of the questions. But then when I went and did the quiz in how I think other people see me,
Yeah, right.
it was Hufflepuff.
It's Hufflepuff. Right.
Which, you know,
I don't remember which way I did it, but I'm just happy with the one I've got.
yeah,
I'll
I think
just-
you were just like, oh, what do I need to answer to be Ravenclaw?
Which is a Ravenclaw thing to say, truthfully.
Well,
right?
I think you read it and were like, okay, what is the one where you're not following the rules and you're
Yeah.
not like needing to participate in school?
that
and things
doesn't
like
sound like me at all.
No, it doesn't. Self-proclaimed Ravenclaw.
Okay. Back to our guest. Sorry. We tried. We
No,
tried.
We did try.
We-
We got carried away.
I mean, it's Harry Potter.
We promised. We were like,
Yeah.
we're not
We're
going
gonna
to
do better.
ignore you straight away this time. Like we
Anyway.
did last time.
But we did.
How's your workout journey been? Because you're doing stuff, are you? What's the stuff that you're doing?
So I'm in bodybuilding prep for a natural competition. So I'm competing on the 5th of May in ACT, so in Canberra.
Oh,
And then I'm doing the Brisbane show on the 19th of May.
wow.
I have a question. Mm-hmm. What's natural in comparison to? Is there an unnatural category?
Yeah. So ICN stands for I Compete Natural.
Okay.
So you get drug tested. So
yeah,
if
great.
they have a suspicion that you're potentially on Anavar or you're on some sort of performance enhancement drug, they will drug test you on the day.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So they don't drug test you on other ones?
Certain federations, they don't drug test you.
Yeah, right.
So like, just see what you can get away with. It's fine.
Yeah, right.
You can tell when people are on PEDS though, because they call it PEDS for short.
What's PEDS?
Performance enhancement drugs.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
right.
So yeah, you can tell when people
The
are on
lingo.
Yeah. We're finding out so much
now
already.
We know. So we go to the place that sells what's the
peas.
big bottles of the big containers
a
of
nutrition
like
warehouse.
nutrition warehouse.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the things are in. What's it like? Protein?
Tubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, protein tubs. So you go in there and be like, you got some PEDS, mate. Is that what you do?
You'd probably be like, do you know someone that can get me some trend?
Some trend.
Trend.
What's on trend?
Trend.
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 Trend without a dig.
Trend. Oh, okay. Like trend from Punch Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's never going to happen for you. So that's fine. You're not going in and asking for those items.
No, I don't. No, I don't need it, mate. Look at me. I'm beautiful.
How has your journey been?
It's been hard, I'll be honest. It's not as glamorous as what people think it is.
Do they think it's glamorous?
It looks glamorous because of what people would post
It
on
looks
socials.
glamorous.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of work. That's the reason I'm not doing
There's
it. If it was glamorous,
literally a posing class where you pose glamorously.
Oh,
Yeah,
that is
okay.
actually
posing's hard, isn't it?
very hard. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
my least favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
And
Do you
it's
have-
the most important.
So
Yeah.
the posing class is literally about getting your best angle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, in muscles, you have to flex different muscles. So you need to be able to hold the muscle pose and make it look like you're doing it without any effort.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah.
Smiling the whole time.
Yeah.
And you have to do these things called vacuums where
What's a vacuum?
so every day for about 5 minutes I have to vacuum where I suck all my organs as far in as possible and just hold it as long as I can for 5 minutes. And I have to just repetitively keep doing
Hold your
that.
breath for 5 minutes.
As
You
long-
could do that. That's wild.
No, but you do that so when you're doing your poses, you can tense all your muscles as long as possible and hold all your like
Wow.
the air out of your body. It's so weird, but it works, and all the muscles and the veins pop through when you do it.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Do you pick up any dirt?
Oh, we're going to move on.
Because it's vacuuming.
We're going to move on.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
So,
What? Are we over this?
yeah,
This part of the section? Yeah.
you made it awkward. So,
This is normal for me. Come
yeah.
on.
Why don't I ask a question?
All right. Liz, what have you got there? What is that green box you got?
I've started adding more questions to my box because I was running out. So I'm going to start with a new question.
Just so everyone who is new to the podcast knows, this is Liz's green box. It's got all of the fantastic questions in there that are really weird and fun.
Yeah.
Did Liz have the green box last time?
It wasn't green, but there was a box.
Oh,
There was a
maybe I
box.
changed it.
Maybe it's evolved.
Yeah, maybe. Well, anyway, there's still a box. And
That's
it
a
has
good
questions
memory
in it.
knowing what color it wasn't.
That's true.
I can't remember what color it was, but it wasn't green.
Yeah. I don't think we called it the green box, though. I think it was just the box of questions.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
it
the
was.
difference.
Yeah.
It was just a box.
And then you were
Announced
going to
it.
do that book.
Yeah, we did the book, book of jokes.
Yeah, I think I shared it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good. It exists. We've got one in the other room. You can read it later.
Yeah, you can have a read.
Okay.
So you've got some fun questions?
Yeah, let's see what we've got. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's start with this one. In your experience, what do you think is the best age and why?
Oh. I would say now. So I'm 29.
29 is peak.
Yeah, I would say it's my peak right now. Like, that's probably just because of everything that's happened. I feel like I've matured and how I look at situations and stuff so differently, and then what I make a priority and what isn't a priority is so different. So I don't know. I would say now, because the things that I would think were a priority when I was younger are silly.
So what about, do you think it's just downhill from here? So you don't think you're going to like look forward to being like 65 and being like, woohoo, I can say whatever I want?
No, I'm going to look forward to that. I'm going to be one of those senile old people that'll be like, back in my day.
I did vacuums.
We couldn't be on the internet and on the phone at the same time.
What do you reckon they'll do, like, by the time you're 65? So that's 35 years from now. What do you think they'll be on the internet and the phone and something else?
Maybe.
I reckon it'll just be, I'll be like, to get on the internet, I had to connect a device. So you know how you just see what is happening and you can look stuff up? I had to carry something around in order to access the internet.
So you think you'll just be in your eye?
Like a
chip.
lens.
Yeah, lens, chip, something like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it'll just be
Actually,
a part of
talking
you.
about chips, they let out, Neuralink?
Yes.
Yeah, so they let out a video yesterday of the first human trial.
Wow.
They actually, it's been a couple of months now, but he's actually, so he's a full paraplegic, so he can't use quadriplegic?
Quadriplegic is can't use
arms or legs. And he's got the Neuralink in, and he uses, they've called it telepathy, which is a program that he can use. So his brain actually moves everything around on the thing, and you can't see anything at all. His hair's already grown over it.
Wow.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. So he was actually playing a game called Civilization before he was in the accident, which was like 4 or 5 years ago. And he couldn't play it after that. There's ways they can do like pressure things when they can move like their head or something like that.
Yeah.
But he said he just couldn't do it, and now he can. So that's pretty freaking
I was
cool.
going to say, I like that game too.
Yeah.
Build my city and then destroy yours.
Slither it. All right.
Do you have a question?
I do. I got this out of the box earlier. Okay.
Stole all the good ones.
Yeah. If you were to pick from real history, who do you think is an alien in disguise and why?
Oh,
These are the tough questions.
I reckon Queen Elizabeth.
Queen
Oh.
Elizabeth?
Yeah, because she never married, never had any children. Suspicious.
Queen
The first.
the first? Tell me more about this, because I obviously don't know. Who is this person?
A queen from history.
Right.
So she was like the only monarch queen that never had any children.
So you think it's because she couldn't?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe she was like, I don't know, maybe she was the real Queen Elizabeth at the start, and then they just picked her up and put someone in her place and were like, actually, I don't want children. I'm not going to marry, because they couldn't.
I have a theory of why she didn't.
Okay.
From other stuff I know about history.
Okay.
So this is actually something from last week's podcast about the
Rasputin.
So, so Rasputin. Do you know who Rasputin is?
Yeah.
Tell me about what you know about Rasputin.
There's a song.
It's a good song. So I watched the kids movie Anastasia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Loved it. And
Yeah.
then I got really into the history of the Romanovs and like actually the burial site where they died, how it was moved, and
Yeah.
how they tampered with all their bodies and that sort of thing. So yeah, he was like the Queen's apparent like advisor or friend
Yeah.
for ages. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like people didn't know if they were in a relationship or if there was
Yeah.
something going on there. So yeah, the king obviously didn't like that.
Yeah, so that is actually true. There was a war happening, and the king was taken away to do the war.
And Rasputin was like, hey there.
There's theories that that's happened in the background, because basically Rasputin was running
Yeah.
Russia.
Yeah. Wow.
He was running it completely. And the reason he got in the good books with the Queen in the first place is because he helped the child.
Yeah.
So Pricey, who was on last week, told us about he helped the child get better, and no one knows how it's happened. So there's actually theories now of what has actually happened. So, and this comes back to Queen Elizabeth the first. So So Queen Elizabeth I was is one of the descendants of the Tsar, the royalty of there, and this is all going to make sense in a second. But so the child was sick because he had hemophobia. No,
Oh, where he has too much blood?
Yeah, but like when you cut, it doesn't
Stop. It doesn't clot.
Doesn't stop clotting.
Yeah, it doesn't clot.
So back then, which was early 1900s, paracetamol was this paracetamol. Aspirin was this really big thing for helping with sickness and pain and stuff like that. Obviously, that was making the blood even thinner.
Yeah.
So it was
making it worse.
Hurting it even more.
Yeah.
So this guy was he was known as the wizard sort of kind of guy. He was like this snake oil kind of guy. And he basically came in and was like, I'll help him get rid of all the doctors. And that's why he started getting better, because the aspirin stopped.
Oh.
Yeah. And so where it comes back to Queen Elizabeth is that's where the hemophobia came from. I'm not even saying it right. I don't know what it's called.
I'm not. It's not a hematoma.
No,
because that's where the blood actually
pools
under
your
skin.
skin. Yeah.
But
it's
it's
something.
Someone is going to tell us. It will be fine.
Yeah, they'll tell us
that thing where your blood doesn't clot.
But that could be the reason why she didn't marry or something as well, because she knew that
that was in her genes. Yeah.
There was a heap of different stories around like her history as well, where people thought she just was scorned from her lover and things like that. But I don't know, potentially I think she was kind of an alien. Like you can see in some of the pictures, her head was really oblong too.
Yeah.
Like you've seen the paintings where it makes her like her chin look really small and then the top of her head looks like a big bulb.
Alien.
Yeah, and that's actually another thing that talked about in the thing was because they inbred.
Yeah.
A lot. Yeah, they used to have these deformities and stuff. And there was the one right at the end had like this ridiculously large jaw and he could barely eat and he was just, complete mess.
There was a pharaoh that was born and he became the pharaoh quite young, but he had huge deformities and I can't remember which one
I thought that was Tutankhamun. I thought when they actually when they looked into it, he had like a club foot and
that's it. And it was from all the interbreeding.
Yeah. Pure bloodlines.
Sounds like some Targaryen shit.
Yeah. The more you know. We got another question. We went down a rabbit hole with that.
We did.
I'm glad we did though.
This one's slightly different train of thought. If you had $10 and you were planning on cooking for a date, what would you make?
Oh, I like chicken carbonara.
Chicken carbonara. You reckon you could do that for $10?
Yeah, at Aldi.
Aldi? Yeah, right.
You get
just shopping smart, right?
Yeah, if you get this chicken breast, it would cost you maybe like, I don't know, $5, right?
Yeah.
And then you get the sauce. It'd be probably like $2 something for the sauce stuff. And then you can get like a thing of pasta for like $1.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they have bacon on special, so you could get the bacon. Otherwise, just sweet.
Wow.
We
need to shop at Aldi, I guess.
Yeah, all this fasting is making me hungry.
Well, see, I always go Aldi first and get absolutely everything I can from there. And I'll end up with like a full trolley for like $200, like to the top.
Yeah.
And then whatever I get from Coles or Woolworths will cost me like $100 and something, and I walk out with a bag.
Yeah, you have to these days. Hey, you have to shop smart because it's getting ridiculous.
It's not very funny though, is it?
No, it isn't.
No,
let's move on from that. Yeah, this is a funny podcast. All right, here's another question. You ready for it? Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. What's one? What's one superpower you do not want to have and why?
I don't want to be like Ant-Man. I don't want to shrink.
You don't want to shrink?
No. Because have you seen The Boys?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no. I know the one thing that you are talking about. Oh, my God. We are not going there.
Okay, great. You can fill me in afterwards.
Let's just say someone goes inside someone and it's
the magic school bus.
It's not pretty.
And then they sneeze and go back big.
Yeah.
It's a magic school bus, but they never unshrunk, and they always got out just in time before
school bus.
Did you never watch the Magic School Bus? So they
don't
shrunk
think I
down. They
did.
went through the entire human body, and that's when they went through all the digestive system and everything. But they only had a certain amount of time, and they only just
The
got
whole
out.
bus.
Yeah,
Full
the
of
whole
kids.
bus, kids, and a teacher, Miss Frizzle. They shrunk down. Yeah, and that going through the human body was one of my favourite episodes. And they only just got out. Where do you think they went out from? Just in time.
The bumhole.
The bum hole. They went through the whole digestive tract.
I mean, to be fair, what I'm referencing is another hole.
Yeah.
Well,
What would be your super name be? Like, what would be your super, like, is it called alias? What is
Yeah.
it called? Yeah, your alias. What would be your alias if you were that person?
What, the one that shrinks?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I got one.
Oh, okay. Tell
You're
me.
going to hate it.
Oh,
what is it?
Tiny tabs.
Yeah, it's great. TT. TT.
TT.
Oh, yeah, great.
Bloody fast.
Perfect. TT. It's
here
fun.
comes TT.
Yeah. Exactly. We got it sorted.
TT.
Yeah.
All right.
TT saving the day.
Oh, yeah. So good. And we know how much Tabitha loves being called Tabs. So, moving on. All right, I got
Nailed it.
one more question.
Yeah, go for it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Have we got time?
I don't know. I don't keep time.
That's true. I don't either. Are you keeping the time?
No, I got nowhere to be.
Okay, sweet. All right. Ice cream trucks. Mm-hmm. They've lost popularity. Would
Yeah.
you agree? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have been gifted all the ice cream trucks in Brisbane. What will you use them for? Keeping in the theme of driving around and selling something. What are you going to use it for?
How are you going to make money off it? You've been gifted this. It's a business opportunity. It's a venture.
Probably turn them into a food truck, maybe like a taco truck.
Taco truck?
Just taco trucks.
Or
What-
just food vans in general.
And so you're driving around this food truck with tacos?
just in the neighborhood with the.
Yeah, can you imagine okay, picture this, right? You're working from home
Yeah.
and you're like
So good.
and you're like, I'm so hungry, and then you just hear the little the Mexican music.
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to be Mexican
Well, if
music?
it's Mexican food,
Then people know.
And when if it's Chinese food, you can have some traditional Chinese music.
What's
like
those things? The little
castanets?
castanets.
I think that's Spanish, isn't it?
Is it?
Is that a Spanish
Yeah,
thing?
so if you had a paella van.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pale a bit. I
Yeah.
could have
But
it.
you could theme all the trucks to some cuisine, and then have some traditional music that plays when it comes around the block, and then you could be like, oh no, I don't feel like Indian today. I'm gonna wait for the Mexican truck. And then
So you'd have a variety of trucks and they'd just drive around.
yeah, well, and the second you hear it, you just run out being like, excuse me.
That would be so cool. Like
I'd
you'd
like
see
some
all the
tacos.
adults jumping around. Woo!
Or just send out drop heaps of flyers
Yeah.
in that area being like, the food truck runs around roughly this time, so
Yeah.
you can plan your work from home day out and be like,
Yeah.
that van's going to be around soon. I'm going to get this and this and this.
Yeah, it's like a smoko van, but much better.
So good.
Yeah, I love that. I like the themed music. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, I could get and then I'm like, oh, nah, I don't feel like tacos. All good.
I reckon Uber Eats could figure something out like this. They should buy up all the ice cream trucks.
Why don't you write to them and let them know?
I'll write them a real big letter.
Perfect.
This is the business idea.
I mean, to be fair, when I've ordered Uber Eats, it's always Baskin and Robbins.
Ice cream
So-
on Uber Eats? Is that a mistake?
No.
It is for me. It is for me.
Because, so I'd go out to dinner and my girlfriends and I would probably have a couple margies, whatever. Get back to the apartment and we're just sitting there. We're all like, oh, we didn't get dessert. And then we're like, oh, we're going to Uber Eats and we'll order some ice cream in, and then we sit and watch a movie and yeah.
Okay. Is it melted by the time it gets there?
No, it's normally great.
It's normally great.
Yeah. I can't eat even partially melted ice cream, really.
No.
Do you know, that's
So-
I love when it's going all soft around the edges.
Yeah.
I sit there and I'm like, no, that's my bit.
Yeah. It
I'll
is
put it-
actually my bit too.
No.
I will put it in the
I'll eat
microwave.
your bits. I'll eat your bits.
If
Stop it. Dirty.
But change the topic. I would put the ice cream container in the microwave for like 20 seconds to get it that soft on the edge.
Nice. Such a good
So
idea.
I eat ice cream in the
I've
winter.
now educated you.
I eat ice cream in the winter more than summer because in summer it melts too quickly. So in winter, I can actually eat the whole ice cream without it melting. And that's the reason why when it's cold, I'm like, oh, I can have ice cream. How great. I don't have it when it's hot.
I like purposely leave it out. Because I want.
Whoopsie, I left it out. I better eat it now.
Oh, it's all soft and gooey. Woo!
Yes, drink this down.
It's not like sloppy. It's not like watery. But you know when it's like that nice soft. Like it's not like my spoon's gonna break trying to dig it out.
Yeah. How are you going, like, talking about food when you're in prep?
I just keep imagining when it's over what I'm gonna eat.
What are you? Okay,
Yeah.
so
What will your meal be?
so
Like
what?
your first thing.
First of all, like, for everyone that doesn't know what prep means, I don't know who that would be, but what sort of stuff do you eat for prep?
So I'm in a very strict meal plan
Yep.
that my coach does for me, and it's got itemized protein that I have to hit, fats and carbohydrates
Yep.
and fiber.
Yeah.
And as I get
So
further
two like spinach leaves,
And then just like a bag of chips. That's your carbs.
drop
and
of
then,
olive oil.
at the moment, it's actually pretty good. I've
Yeah.
got chicken and rice.
Yeah.
And then like I have oats in the morning with berries and like a protein yogurt.
Yeah.
And on my refeed day, I get a cherry ripe. So like I'm not completely restricted on food. Like I can have chocolate and stuff. It just has to be on certain days of the week, and it has to be the right way.
Okay. So what is the thing that you're going to go for first after?
Okay, there's this place called the Wheat House at Runcorn.
The Wheat House?
Yeah, the Wheat House. And they have these square croissants. I'm going to show you.
Oh, wow.
Square croissants?
Croissant.
Croissants. It's so weird, croissants, that they're actually spelled croissants. Isn't it?
Yes.
Croissants.
Yes. But they're spelt that way in French.
Yeah, croissants.
Yes. But in French.
Croissants?
Croissant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but you're describing a French word in Australian.
I did it with a French
So-
accent.
Just so people can see it.
We'll put it in
Can
there.
they
Oh,
see
I'll
it?
turn it on the side a little bit. Oh, can you see? Yeah, a little bit like that. Okay. Zoom in a bit.
Zoom in.
No, I don't know.
I'm like,
We'll share it. We'll share it.
Oh, wow.
Can you show me? I want to see too.
It looks like a cake with stuff in it.
Wow.
That looks really good.
Okay, great.
Is that like a cronut? Is that what they're called?
Cube croissant.
it's a cube. Yeah, it's a cube. Yeah.
Let's go there tomorrow.
A cube sont.
So they're open from 7 till 3 and it's at Runcorn.
Okay, great.
Honestly,
Runcorn.
they have all the different stuff, but like they have normal croissants.
Croissants.
But yeah, no, I just want to eat one of those.
Yeah, great.
So bad.
I'll get one
Yeah,
tomorrow and
wow.
I'll tell you how good it is.
If,
Such a bitch.
if you could send me a video of you eating it so I can live through you.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
So weird.
Can't wait.
Actually, that's what I was doing the other day when I did my 24-hour fast.
What were you doing?
I went and watched people eat their lunch.
No.
Yeah, it was weird.
Why would you do that?
Probably the same reason Tabitha was.
So you
doing
just
it.
went for lunch and you're like, well, this is good.
Yeah, that
How-
looks good.
Can you describe for me
Yeah.
how good it tastes?
Can you put that slowly in your mouth?
Here you are, just photosynthesizing. I'm fine.
So good.
I went to lunch with one of the girls from work, and she's in a different kind of like prep because she's got a massive boxing fight coming up.
Oh, okay.
So she has to put weight on and then cut it, and then like hers is very different to mine. Yeah, when we went to Coles, I went in and got like a piece of fruit. So I got an apple.
Yeah.
Here she's loaded up with cookies, croissants, chocolate, and I'm just like, because
No.
I sit next to her in the office, and all I can hear was her eating everything, and I'm just like, oh my god.
She's a boxer. That's pretty cool.
It is cool. So if I box, I can eat more.
Apparently.
This is what I've heard.
And you have to play the music in the background.
Every time I walk in, or just in general, it's just my
Eye of the
soundtrack.
tiger when you
Yeah.
walk in.
Of the tiger.
probably need to learn how to like punch.
Brilliant.
Start strapping your hands as you walk into the office.
Yeah, I think you'd like terrify people. The manager comes in strapping their hands. Oh my
Can you
God.
imagine when you complete a job and you're like,
Yeah. I just walk around just
Keep
like,
your pimp hands strong. So good. All right. I think we move on to the next bit. We've been chatting for ages.
Yeah, let's
It's
get
been
into
good.
it.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Game time.
Okay.
Game time.
Yeah, game time.
Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Game time. Woo woo doo woo doo. Woo doo woo doo. Woo doo woo doo.
Yeah, I really feel like I should have known that it was going to do that by now.
Yeah,
It's a surprise to me every time. I'm like, oh, this is good.
it is.
This is really good.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
yeah.
Do you like the fact you can hear the music now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good because
Yeah.
like I can actually like
You don't have to
picture it.
pretend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because last time you're like,
Just dance
Music?
away. Yeah.
Just pretend like there's
and I
music.
had to like wait for James to stop dancing and be like, okay, the music's
Yeah.
stopped.
And I was doing the countdown, remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
do remember that.
Yeah.
And then I'd go to like
And
2
this-
and then 5 and then
You tricked me. But I remember every time you do it, I'd be like, and hold my breath. I don't know why.
the suspense. Welcome to Game Time. We're doing Articulate again today, and we've got basically Tabitha's going to call one of her friends and do Articulate. So Articulate is basically she has a card she has to read out. A clue to try and get them to say the word that's on her card. She can't say rhymes with or starts with or any of the words that are on the card.
Yep.
Basically.
So,
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. We gave you a really brief rundown. We've got you a set of cards, and I'm really looking forward to how many you can get
Yeah.
within a minute.
So you're going to go first this time, and then we are going to try and beat it.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're going to set the bar,
Okay.
which I'm excited about.
I'm excited for this. Do you want to give him a call? And who are we calling?
So we're calling my friend Nick.
Tell us about Nick.
What do we need to know?
I
What's his favorite color?
don't know.
You don't know his favorite
So you don't
colour?
know him well. Good.
Okay.
No, he has a dog called Chico, and he's really cute.
What type of
is
dog
it?
is
Oh,
Chico?
I'll show you. Hang on.
Oh, is it a chihuahua?
It's Chihuahua? Because it sounds like a Chihuahua. kind of name.
Chico.
No,
Yeah.
Chico is a massive dog.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
that's fine.
That's fine. Don't worry about the picture. Both of us were like, oh, Chico, Chihuahua.
Oh, yeah, Chico does sound like Chihuahua.
I think Celeste knew we were talking about chihuahuas because
Yeah.
her ears are propped up. She's like, what about chihuahuas?
Yeah.
What are we doing with chihuahuas?
And
no,
meanwhile,
so
Callisto,
Callie
who's just having a little nap.
Doesn't
She's
care.
like, doesn't care.
doesn't
Whatever.
care. Our little sidekicks.
If she knew a dog was here, though, she would go
Oh,
crazy.
she'd be excited.
She'd love it. Did
well,
you find the dog?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get to like a newer post that he's done so you can see how big.
The
There's-
perfect photo.
No, because he has like
what color is he?
Oh, like a brown color.
Yeah, okay.
Brown dog.
Like chocolate? Oh, sandy. Okay, cool.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll ask how Chico's
Cute.
going. Love it.
Wow. All right.
All right, let's call him.
Let's give him a call.
Okay.
Nick.
Nick.
Is it short for Nicarama?
Nicholas?
I don't think so.
Oh, the suspense.
He was literally just texting me.
So I don't know if
He's
I want to be on
texting,
this.
yeah, to say, nah, I'm not keen.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi,
Hey.
Nick. How you
Hello.
going? Welcome to the podcast. This is the Petty List podcast, and you don't even know us. How weird is this?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea how weird this is. Love it.
We're glad to have you regardless. So welcome.
Yeah. How's your dog, Chico? We've heard all about Chico.
Chico's good. He's massive.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, that's
Good.
what we heard.
Yeah.
He's a massive
Takes
dog.
up the whole bed.
Oh,
Oh,
sleeps in
good.
your bed?
I sleep in his bed.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
Perfect.
All right, so
Same.
you've been called up by Tabitha. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but there is a game we're going to play. It's called Articulate. Have you played Articulate before?
No.
No.
That's fine. Not necessary.
So basically, we're going to verse you guys in Articulate. So the idea of Articulate is, how many times can I say Articulate?
I don't know.
The idea of the game is basically Tabitha has a set of cards. She has a word on that card and she has to get you to say that word. She will try and give you clues to get you to say that word. She can't say rhymes with or starts with.
All right.
Easy as?
It's easy.
And it only
Easy.
goes for a minute. So this will be short and painless, I promise.
Okay.
No pain at all.
No.
Tabitha, do you have any words to prep Nicholas?
So you want me to do a card?
No. Do you have any like words
do you
of
have
advice?
any words of advice or anything
Just to
like that?
get him prepped.
I
What about just like words of encouragement? We got this. This will be fine.
think we have this.
Okay.
We did a practice run before and I was awful. So
Yeah,
good luck
great.
to us.
All right. Well,
That's encouraging.
and we should probably say the category we're doing is object. So these are all objects.
So the light blue.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Not that Nick
Light-
can see the light blue, but you know.
Yeah.
Light
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah,
picture light blue, yeah.
Just picture light blue.
The-
Okay.
The card has different colours on it.
So when you are ready, Tabitha,
Yes.
we will get started. So when you start reading, I'll start the timer.
Okay. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. So this is when someone's speaking and they just say whatever comes to their head. And you would say they don't have it.
These are the light blue ones, aren't they?
Filter.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah, great.
Good
Keep
job.
going. Keep going.
It's something that you would have at a party and it would have heaps of food on it and there's different varieties.
Platter.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on,
yeah,
keep
wow.
going.
It's something you would put on Chico when you take him for a walk.
A lead.
The other thing.
Collar.
Yeah. Woo.
Good job.
Oh no.
You got this. You got this.
Yeah.
You go to this place and you throw something down a long kind of area and it has pins that you knock down.
Bowling.
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 Is that
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Nice.
Well done. That's it.
You did it.
amazing.
You
That
did
was a
it.
minute.
How did you go?
I was so stressed.
You guys actually
Just
did
like
really
sweat
well.
coming from
I
your
know, I'm
brow.
like-
Do I get a prize now or something?
Yeah,
100%.
Tabitha will get you a prize. That wasn't that bad, was it?
No, it was pretty easy.
Yeah, great. Go and get Articulate. It's a great game.
It's like we're sponsored by them or something.
We're not.
I reckon, I reckon you need to step up your questions a little, get your words a little bit more.
Me?
Like make them harder words.
Yeah, I reckon you need to make them harder.
That was hard for me. Oh my god. I was like trying to figure out how to explain the bowling one, and I was like, oh my god.
There are actually harder ones on there.
Yeah.
So there's like person. Trying to get someone to say man on the moon and stuff like that. So,
It's harder.
Well, this
Or-
one's gonk. What is a gonk?
A gonk is a little gnome in Europe. They call the gnomes gonks.
Really?
Yes.
So, a
The
Gold
million.
Coast guy without an R.
Brilliant.
Oh, you'd be really good at this game.
Yeah.
Well, when you want to play again, give us a call.
No worries.
Thanks for joining us, Nick. Have a
Thank
good
you,
one, mate.
Nick. I'll talk to you soon. All right. Bye.
Just like hang it up.
Yeah.
He did the American thing where you don't say bye when you go.
You just-
Is that a normal thing for Nick?
No, he's probably like Nick's like really introverted.
Yeah, right.
Oh, we just put him on a podcast with people he doesn't know.
Well, to be fair, I thought that would be like Nick can be really funny.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's going to go one or two ways. He's going to
No.
come right out of his shell and he'll be funny like what he did.
Yeah.
Or he'll just like say nothing.
I think he was really focused on winning, so you definitely need to give him a prize.
Yeah.
because
I
he did
will.
quite well.
I will.
You should get articulate.
I'll buy
Play
him
with
some drinks when we go out. So Nick, when you watch this, I owe you some drinks.
Yeah, there you go. That's a surprise. Let's see
so
if he
what's-
actually wins, though.
Yeah, that's true. What's the number we have to beat? How many cards have you
I
got?
got 4.
Okay, 4.
So good.
Okay.
All right. And we got a minute.
We got a minute.
All right.
We got a minute. I forgot that also needs to be a thing that happens.
Yeah. Are you going to do that?
Yeah, I'm just going to put it here on my iPad and we can see it, and then it'll be fair for everyone
Okay.
involved. And here we go.
All right.
Here it is.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. The suspense.
I have a green one of these I take questions out of.
Box.
Yep.
That was easy.
You throw this, it's flat. Aliens come in a similar
UFO.
type. Yeah, but you throw it as a sport.
Frisbee.
No, it's
disc.
heavy.
Disc?
Yeah, but what is it called? It's you and
throwing
me.
disc.
It's you and me. It's
Couple.
No. We.
Pairing disc.
No. What is another word for like we?
Us disc.
No, yeah, other way.
Discuss.
There we go. The type of fan that stands up. The type of fan, and you
Pedestal fan.
Yeah, great. It is like a sheep, but they have horns. It's
Ram.
the male one. Yeah. You throw it off the boat to try and stay in the one spot.
Anchor.
Yeah. You do this with your hair.
Brush it.
Yep.
We're finished.
And you beat me. The bowling alley one got me.
We got stuck on one. What was the one we got stuck on
Discus.
there? Discus.
Why
Yeah.
don't you know
disc?
Ask.
Disc.
Ask disc.
Ask. Pair. A pairing disc. So good. Oh, well, that feels good to beat you.
Yeah.
And you've
6.
got anchors to keep yourself grounded.
So,
I have a foot tattoo of an anchor that says "Keep me grounded."
Yeah. Yes, we know.
Yeah.
I remember because we did tattoos on the
Tattoos.
last podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just for any new people that
Yeah.
haven't been around for that one.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
back and watch it. It's great.
It's the best. I think Tabitha hated us after that one.
So
How many of these common tattoos do you have?
And I was like, bruh.
Why?
everything.
I think I had everything except for like the home job, the one before you're getting them before you're 18.
Oh yeah. What's
yeah.
a common thing to get done?
Matching tattoos or someone's
Name.
like a name
Yeah.
tattoo, like a partner's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Do you think people will still want to play games with us if we keep winning?
Okay, yeah, I
To
get
be
what you're
fair,
saying.
you guys like have a lot more practice at it, so I would assume you should win.
Yeah, so we've talked about this
Yeah,
and
we
whether we
have.
should do
A
like
harder
a harder
category.
category against an easier category.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know, because I think it's just keep it the same, because I don't know, you might have someone that comes on that is very
And they're
good at
really good.
articulating themselves.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts as
Yeah.
well.
We
because
shouldn't hold
if
ourselves
someone,
back.
If
Yeah.
someone beats us on
Yeah.
the same category, it's
Then
a
they're a
level
real
playing
winner.
field. Then they're a
Yeah.
real winner.
It's an
Yeah.
actual win, not
Yeah.
like
Just a gimme.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No,
It's
I
not a
do feel
pity
good about
win.
it. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Let us know what you guys think in the comments. If you'd
Yeah.
liked us to do a harder one,
And really struggle. Like if you
we
think
probably
discus was
won't
good,
listen to you, but
if you thought discus was good, you should hear us trying to describe where places in the world are or who people are that we've never heard of.
that's true.
It's a bundle
Actually,
of fun.
on comments,
Yes.
just a couple of updates from over the last couple of episodes. There was a big happy birthday to you from a bunch of people. So big
Thank
happy
you.
birthday to Liz. Jess loves Pricey's podcast voice,
Oh, did he have a podcast voice on?
apparently.
Oh, I
don't
didn't
know.
notice.
I
I'm going to have to go
didn't
back and
notice
have a
either.
look.
Yeah, we'll have to have a look.
Yeah. Do you have a podcast voice?
No.
She says in her podcast voice.
I think like I don't know. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
So,
Welcome to the podcast.
yeah, that's your podcast voice.
I have a podcast voice.
You do you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And Mean Mother thought that Pricey's knowledge of history was second to none.
Was it the Rasputin stuff?
Yeah, I
She
think
would have been
so.
wowed by that.
She would have been.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, good call out. I also had 2 things come through to me directly.
Yeah.
One was that you know how you got sent a book of legal terms. They wondered if you also needed a dictionary because you weren't sure how to spell grenade.
Oh, yeah, Granada. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
So
yes.
that was one thing, and I just wanted to make sure that you knew, and everyone knows that we know it was spelled wrong.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah. And the second thing was
Thanks, internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the other correction,
Yeah.
the X and Y chromosome.
Oh yeah, we got it wrong.
Yeah, we got it wrong. Yeah, and I was so confident.
Yeah, you were.
I was like that guy with
And-
the plane, and I'll land the plane for sure.
Correct.
I was like, X for sure, 100%.
And do you notice I said nothing because I wasn't confident? Like, I'm not going to go out there and be like, it's definitely this. And I
But
have no clue.
sometimes you just got to fake it till you make it.
It's
Yeah.
true. But to be fair, if you were watching, I was like, X, yeah, definitely. And when he looked away, I was like,
The second thing that was requested was you did a great job of editing because it was a really long episode.
Yeah.
But our conversation, the mini play that we did around
the
AI,
script with Sean,
was
yeah.
really shortened down, and there was just a request for would love the video of what the entirety of that looked like to be posted as a bonus at some point in time.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
There's actually a lot of stuff that we cut out of some episodes.
Yeah.
So we can potentially look at doing that. If somebody's interested.
Do an uncut version.
Yeah. Just like
Oh, yeah, you could do like a bonus part from episode
I really like
2
that
or
song.
Yeah.
episode 3.
Is that why you left us on mute so we could enjoy it longer?
Yeah,
We could take don't talk over my song.
yeah.
Chatting with Sean about AI.
It wasn't an
That's like a
accident
whole
at all. It's basically another accident.
it
Yeah,
is.
exactly. All right,
this
well,
is
let's
down
move
the
on
rabbit hole.
to the next section.
Down the
which
rabbit
is
warren.
a good time. And
Da-
I feel
rabbit
like we'll
warren,
have a good
yeah.
time.
Do you
We-
think
over
we'll
the
have a
last
good
couple of episodes, I
100%.
found out that a rabbit hole is actually a warren.
129%.
Oh.
It's not a Bob or a Harry.
Or a
It's a
Keith.
warren.
They didn't call it Keith.
They called it a
They
warren.
called it Warren.
I didn't
Out of all
even-
the names.
Didn't even. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah.
Do you know why it's called a warren? I learnt this the other day. Why it's called a warren?
Why is it called a warren?
Apparently, a rabbit hole is full of many rabbit holes, so they call it a warren. I don't know why it's actually called
so
a warren.
if you meet a Warren, so a
Yeah.
person called Warren,
Many rabbit holes.
They have many rabbit holes.
so technically they have, or they have many rabbit hole personalities.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're
Yeah.
a Warren. Yeah.
I actually had a thought of that too. The multiple personalities thing.
Oh.
Yeah. So this was off Shani's episode
Yes.
around different realities,
Oh, yeah. Multiple reality.
the multiple universes. Do you think that people who have multiple personalities are more aligned to their other parts in other universes? How cool is that?
That's an interesting take on things.
Tell us what you guys think in the comments about that, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about more. But today we're going to be talking and down the rabbit hole
About?
about Tabitha. What did she bring to us?
Isn't it food conspiracy?
Food conspiracies,
Which is a
Or
great
just stuff.
tangent to
Yeah.
go
Sorry,
down.
you
Just
your
food
little
stuff.
Puppy keeps jumping on me, and I'm like, that's why I got
Tabitha's
distracted.
distracted.
Callie, go away.
What are you doing? Callie is
trying to
like
do a
the
podcast.
cutest puppy ever. So I understand why you'd be distracted because I'm distracted by her now too.
So maybe then I'll kick off with food conspiracies.
Okay, that sounds good.
So I was recently watching a YouTube video
Okay.
and they brought up an
Do you do that
interesting-
often?
Sometimes. Only when you set me a task to go and research something, which is what happened on this occasion.
Otherwise, you don't watch YouTube.
Otherwise, I don't really watch YouTube.
Don't get YouTube Premium then. Not for you. Very expensive. Very expensive. But like we're on
Do you
YouTube.
have YouTube Premium?
No, I don't. I really should though because I watch a lot of YouTube.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to
But
my
it's very
story.
expensive, but it's probably worth it. I should probably invest.
When you say expensive, oh, hello. Hello, the little
She
stretches.
really likes you. Oh, isn't that cute?
Oh, tail's wagging.
Yeah. When I
She's
say,
pulling my
oh,
hand. She's licking me now.
she likes you. Wow, she doesn't wag a tail for a lot of people,
She
does
doesn't.
she?
She doesn't wag her tail for a lot of things, just rarely.
Do you reckon she'll let me pick her up?
Probably,
Nah.
maybe. She's gone.
She got distracted.
Bye bye, bye bye. Meanwhile, Celeste. Okay, well, this isn't a dog show. So
Well, the worst part is no one can see the
yeah,
toys.
exactly. It's just us looking at the floor because they're tiny. It's like, what
And
are they
you hear
looking
me
at? Are
going,
they looking at ants?
This is a house for ants.
Okay, there's Callie. Now you can see
No,
it.
she's licking the microphone.
All you can hear is. All right, this podcast is going gloriously. What were we talking about?
Milk.
Milk.
Yes. So I
don't remember bringing up milk, but I'm glad we're just moving it along.
Well, that's what I was getting to. I was watching YouTube and I was watching something on intermittent fasting, which I'm sure we'll talk about at some point. But they were actually talking about the way that it impacts your genetics and your DNA, and they were actually talking about. No fasting.
Oh, okay.
But as a part of this, they were actually talking about other things that they found through this process is that only 30% of the population are actually lactose persistent, which means that, or lactase persistent is what they call it, which means that their body can actually process lactose found in milk.
30%?
Yeah, correct. So
Okay, so milk is a scam.
milk is a scam because for these people who can actually process it, it is actually a really recent adaptation to the human body. It's only come in some areas, and the only reason it's happened is because of famine, and so there was widespread issues. This is what they're theorizing: widespread issues with crops. Therefore, they were reliant on the milk from other animals in order to sustain themselves. And so, over time, then their body has then adapted to be able to process lactose.
Do you like milk?
No.
Oh, you thought through that though.
Like I have unsweetened almond milk very rarely.
Yeah.
Because at the moment I just drink black coffee and that's the only thing that I would really have milk in.
How do you milk an almond?
Really delicately.
With tweezers.
I didn't realize almonds had teats.
So let's continue. Do you like milk?
I do enjoy.
You do enjoy
milky
milk?
treats.
Yeah. Can you digest milk?
No, I'm one
Yeah.
of the 30% that can't, or whatever you said.
So I don't enjoy milk.
Okay.
So in this room, we have two people who don't enjoy animal milk and one person who does but can't digest it. And don't you think
I give it a good go though.
Oh, you are persistent. You are so persistent. Cheese,
Blow
ice
up
cream,
the toilet.
just whatever. Just
I'm glad we're talking about this.
like whatever. But you're not alone. Like this is what you may think. Oh, that person's lactose intolerant. That's the majority. That's the majority of people.
So 70%, is that
To
what
be
you
fair
said?
though, I love cheese.
Oh, cheese is great.
I love cheese.
I can get around cheese.
Yeah.
But milk,
Yeah.
So what they're actually talking about is over time and what they would have done to reduce the lactose. So if you actually have things like Parmesan cheese, so really aged cheese, the lactose has been fermented in a way that your body can process it.
I love Parmesan cheese too.
Yeah, it's great.
I like it shaved. Not
Yeah.
the bread,
Yeah,
the
shaved. I know.
Yeah.
We've moved on
I
to
prefer
shaved
it
Parmesan.
shaved as well.
Yeah. We have moved on to shaved Parmesan
are.
cheese.
Cheese is good
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
All right. So
So this
one
is
thing that I go to in
Yeah.
my head when I think of milk is the first person to ever decide to drink milk.
yeah. So
Has that ever gone through your mind?
Yeah, they just randomly went up to a cow, got under him, and went, you know, like, in their mouth. Like, what
I'm
thought of
gonna
that?
milk you.
yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm just gonna,
Yeah.
that cow looks like it's having a good time there. I'm just gonna go down there and have a crack.
Yeah.
This looks swollen. I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think.
Oh my god.
I mean, I've thought of it a little bit in the past, but knowing the amount of extreme famine that they would have been experiencing,
Yeah.
I kind of understand. So if there was a calf and then they were like, okay, this is milk, how do we harness this as a food source?
Yeah, okay.
Makes a lot more sense than someone like putting their mouth on a cow's udder, which is like a weirder scenario to picture.
Yeah, I think that was like the first, like when you said it, that was the first picture in my head of someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It totally is.
Yeah.
So why now are
Yeah.
we still drinking milk? Because
Well,
you said it was because of starvation.
Well, I was going to say it was more natural when it was a part of starvation because you'd be getting it directly from the animal. When
Correct.
now it's mass produced and it's not done in the most healthy manner.
it's not even that, I think. I think the conspiracy for me is we have a food pyramid.
Okay.
And we have a dairy association.
And who built the pyramid?
Correct. So the people who pay for the pyramid and their spots on the pyramid are the Dairy Association, who have influenced saying that you need to drink more milk.
Right.
And one of the factors that they heavily rely on, which is currently disputed in my short Google search, is the right, really reliable. Google it. Is the amount they always relied on, calcium for bones. That's what they've always said. But they actually cannot prove that for the amount of calcium that you receive by drinking milk versus the extra protein that can actually leach calcium from your bones, that there is any type of correlation where you end up net positive.
Okay.
So it's a conspiracy.
So I go back to the olden times because I'm a time traveler. No.
Do you have a particular time you like to go back to? Where do you like to travel to?
So when they used to have breakfast, so break of the fast of the day, of the night before, they actually used to have like a full kitchen, and the lady of the house had their maids and they'd cook the breakfast in the morning. And it was a big deal. And then it became sort of more modern times, and most people were working and stuff like that. So it became a thing where breakfast
After the Industrial
wasn't.
Revolution, is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
working in factories, going to work outside of the house.
Yeah, so
Yep.
they didn't really have the time to,
Sit
cook,
down and have a massive meal that they've
cook the
cooked.
big English breakfast that
Yeah.
they used to have with hot food. So
Okay.
there was the popularization of cereals that happened by old mate Kellogg.
Yeah.
Have we talked about Kellogg?
I don't know if we have talked about him on the podcast. Have you heard the story of Kellogg? And
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Kellogg isn't just like Kellogg's crunchy nut cornflakes or whatever.
Is that your favourite
that
cereal?
person was the person that created cereal in the first place, and milk, and making this milk thing a big thing.
yeah.
And he was a big weirdo.
What do you mean by weirdo?
He was
What
a
do you
big
do?
weirdo.
What do you do?
Okay, I don't want to throw myself under the bus again. He was a big religious person as well.
Okay. Well, he was a fanatic.
He was a fanatic.
Right.
And he was obsessed with poo.
Okay. That makes him a weirdo. Great.
Yeah.
We've established that.
So he used to do like
No, we don't need to know more about that. So
things with milk that used to clean the poo out. Let's just say that.
okay. Moving back on to what he did around cereal. So
Yeah.
so cereal didn't exist in its form, so oats existed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was like, great, we've kind of mass produced wheat, and we've got all these great wheat crops and corn crops.
Yeah.
How do we now capitalize on that further, and what's the opening for the market? And now we have all these people going into factories, so they need a really fast cereal, a fast breakfast that's going to give them a lot of energy. So I'm going to market it, use the products that are now readily available, and market it as something that is super quick, and it covers off this whole dairy is important and you need carbohydrates in the morning and you have to have breakfast.
Just
Brain
cornflakes?
food. It's cornflakes.
Cornflakes?
Yeah, so they made cornflakes.
Yep.
Him and his brother. It's an
Yeah.
interesting story. I'm not going to go into it because
Yeah.
I think we've actually talked about him on the
Yeah,
podcast before
maybe.
because it was interesting. But yeah, it was cornflakes.
So
That was the original cereal, and everything else has come from that.
they also then and that wheat corn type area farmers then somehow, I don't know, did they have like the most amount of money, have got that bottom part of the pyramid?
I know the answer to this.
Okay, can you tell me?
So there was a thing where the
Very vague. Yeah, you could also
was
take over and go.
grown. And no, so it's all got to do with government and
Yeah.
government funding. So basically, there was issues with farmers. The farmers were basically in the decline of popularity things in America. So they were trying to get more people to farm. So they gave this tax
Like tax relief.
relief
Yeah.
to people that would farm corn. and they found that they had so much freaking corn
They need to do
that they
something with
knew
it.
to do something with it. So
Yeah.
they started making like everything in it. If you
Corn flour.
corn flour, exactly.
Yeah.
If you look at
High
most,
fructose corn syrup came
most
from this as
food,
well.
yeah, most food in America, if you look at the
Yeah.
tab, it'll have some
There's
sort
corn
of
in it.
corn in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because of these tax reliefs for the farmers to
Yeah.
make corn.
Yeah. So
So everything's come from that. Even if it's not healthy
yeah, correct.
and on this pyramid, they've basically got all this tax relief, so they got these corn farms. And it's still going to this day.
Yeah, correct. So there's still all the associations are still like, we still need our spot and here's our funding and this is all of the research that we've done to prove. So they supply their own research as well to prove why their products are important and healthy. Not peer reviewed or anything, their own paid for research that they've designed in a particular way.
Sounds
so
very American.
yeah, and it's just a bit of a conspiracy, really.
Yeah, and that's why I think milk is so still popular, because cereal's
It's paired
popular.
with cereal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um,
That makes sense.
What's your thoughts of breakfast? You're still distracted by the doggo.
To be fair,
She's pretty
she
cute.
is staring right at the camera and keeps doing this.
Yeah. What are these guys doing?
What is that big bright light up there? Like she's just
So
cute.
do we need breakfast?
I do think we need breakfast. I agree with that.
Okay.
I know that like you guys are fasting.
Yeah.
Sometimes, or you fast quite a lot, and like you're restricted in certain times, as we spoke about earlier. But yeah, no, I definitely think breakfast is one of the most key meals of the day. It's how you start your day right.
Yeah.
That's how I see it. Like one of my most carb loaded meals is my breakfast. So in prep, I have a lot of the carbs and things that I need in the morning, and it gives me enough energy to sustain through the day. And then I do little top ups through the day.
Okay.
And then I have a really light meal before I go to bed. So my
That makes sense.
more carb dense foods are at the start of the day so I can burn through them. And then when I get to the end of the day, I have a lighter meal to go to bed because I'm not burning any energy. I'm sleeping.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool. What's your thoughts on breakfast? Since
I've never been big on breakfast.
you have not.
Like, I remember as a kid eating Wheat Bix every morning just because it was put in front of me. Basically, you have to eat breakfast before you go to
Yeah.
school. But like ever since I was out of school, I've not been a breakfast person.
yeah.
And like I do have moments where I'm like, I don't know, grab something hot or something, but I'm just not
Yeah.
a breakfast person.
Even then, it's not as though you wake up and you're like, oh, okay, I've now been up for a bit and now it's 7 a.m. and I'm going to have some breakfast.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is 10 a.m. onwards. So
Yeah.
we're really talking about brunch.
Yeah, brunch.
You're a brunch fan, not a breakfast fan.
That's true.
Yeah. So you like to be up and like being around and stuff. And then you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
Now let's get some food down the track.
Maybe I'll do it.
Maybe
Hey,
I'll have a
maybe I
brekkie
will.
wrap. Maybe I'll have an egg on toast.
And there's some new research on fasting and stuff, isn't there, that's saying
Yeah.
it's okay and stuff like that as well.
Yeah, there is more research, and more research will happen as more people fast. But there's a lot more research in regards to the impact on your body, and if you're doing alternate day fasting, the ability for it to sustain your metabolism. So your body does a really great job of kind of the more frequently you fast, it does a better job of faster getting into keto and being able to process fat as an energy source, and then
ketosis.
and then being able to like go back and then work on carbs and things based on when you then start feeding it again. So I think it's really great research. There's still limitations on it. So as a woman, I can't fast the amount of time that you could fast, depending on what is going on hormonally in that time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I always come back to the blood type diet as well.
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, because I think like different people will be better on different diets as well, potentially. Because, I'm not the same as Tabitha.
Yeah. If you had
Like,
to eat all day,
I'm just so much more attractive. So
have you?
No,
So much more attractive.
so we've got like different backgrounds and heritage and stuff
Yeah.
like that as well. So I think that's an interesting thought.
Have you heard of the blood type diet?
No.
So it is a book, and I got I shared it with you. Is a
big?
book. I shared it with you ages ago. We looked into it and I
Why-
read parts out of it.
Yeah. Why is boot pronounced boot,
But foot.
but foot is not pronounced foot when the foot goes into
into
the
boot.
boot?
I don't know. Whenever, when you have to walk somewhere, like I always make this joke with my friends. I'm like, on my foot falcons.
Food falcons. Sorry, got distracted there.
The interesting part about the blood type diet is that obviously you have your blood type is part of your genetics. And so that would have come from a particular place where you evolve from, right? So they've kind of linked back different blood types into different originations and gone, based on that area, this is what your body is best at functioning on.
Right.
So this breakdown and these types of foods and this time of day and this frequency and this level of carbs and protein and fat, etc. Which the part that makes sense to me as well is that, it's not a one size fits all approach. And I think the fact that, it's different for each person is somewhat covered in that. But I mean, how accurate it is, I think is, who knows?
Yeah, who does know?
Not me. Not you.
Not
See,
me.
I have a rare blood type.
Do you?
So yeah, I'm A negative.
I'm A positive.
Does that mean you don't have as much blood? Because you're negative?
No. No. We'll do a biology lesson after this about how blood types work.
But I don't know about the blood type diet. Because there's a couple like different things. Like recently I went to the doctors just to get like a hormone check and stuff because I felt like there was some changes going on through my prep that probably weren't right, and I just needed to make sure that I was in the right area. And he wanted to do a BMI check.
I mean, BMI, that's a scam.
BMI is a scam?
Yeah,
Yeah,
BMI is a
especially
scam.
for a woman.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I think I'm having a hormonal change due to the activities of my diet and like how my body is changing through this time. And they go, I want to check your height and weight, and that's going to tell me whether you're healthy or not. And I'm like,
if there's any doctors watching,
Yeah.
what do you think of BMIs?
So I actually watched a YouTube video on this as part of what I was doing my research on. I say research, you set me a task. But BMI, there was a doctor on there, and what they were saying is, as a measurement of collective society, it's a really good indicator, right? To see how you fit in society. As a measurement of an individual's health, it's a really poor indicator.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
especially because like I'm quite tall and I'm very lean at the moment.
Yeah.
So it's going to be sitting there saying I'm underweight and I'm competing in a quite competitive sport and I have a very dense muscle mass. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's not going to be accurate at all to what's going on inside my body.
Yeah. It's just a very, I think it's good for population, not
It's a very
people.
Let's
blanket
talk
kind
about
of
something
thing.
more fun.
Okay, great.
If you could eat one food, or use the ingredients of one type of food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Liz, you start.
You already know mine.
No.
I swear we talked about this. Mine is potato. And the only right answer is potato. It's the only one I'll accept. No, it is. And, I now have made friends off the back of asking people this question as well. And we just send each other like potato memes all the time. But think about the variety of ways. So I think what's really important, if you're going to eat one food forever, okay, what's important to me is texture.
Yeah.
So I can't eat the same texture food over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Potato, it can be soft. It can be hard. Like I can fry it. I can boil it. I could mash it. Like there is exactly. There is, and thick crisps and like thin ones and just like the different textures. I can leave the skin on. I can take the skin off. I just think like when you talk about variety, that's a potato.
Yeah. Food, potato should be like all food groups for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's your thoughts?
There should just be the bottom part of the pyramid should just be potato.
Yeah, potato.
Do you disagree?
I love potato. I'd fuck with that. I'd probably say almonds.
Almonds.
You can
Yeah.
only have
You
one
can only
food.
have one food and you're going to
Okay,
have
hold
almonds.
on.
Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Hear me out. So almonds, you can make like almond butter and then you can make almond flour.
Okay.
So it turns into so many different byproducts, kind of like a potato. You can eat it as like an actual just almond, or you can crush it up. You can turn it into milk. Like
You could make a cake with almond milk, almond flour,
almond butter. You could.
You could make an almond cake.
And I mean, almonds taste great. Great. Like I love
so
almonds.
are we making an almond cake out
Oh
of
my
just almonds?
God. Can we try that?
I think we need
Is that
to.
a thing you can do?
I think we have to try.
So you're going to have almond cake for the rest of your life?
Yeah, and I'm gonna have almond croissants made out of almond flour. And almond
How
butter.
many more weeks have you got?
Oh, what, 6?
Good luck.
The countdown is on, and we want a photo of you enjoying that cube croissant when you finally get it.
It'll just be everywhere. It'll be all over my face.
What would your food be?
I really like the potato idea as well. Obviously, I love potato. But to be a bit different, probably some sort of meat. I'd probably go like a steak.
Steak.
Yeah, just steak for the rest of my life.
It's very unversatile.
Yeah, it's steak. Is
I
that
suppose.
boring?
Okay, no, hold on.
I'd go fish if I was going to do a meat.
Oh, fish.
Have you ever looked at, like, come home and thought, if I said to you, yeah, we're going to get a steak, have you ever thought, nah, I could not go with steak?
I can always go.
This
steak.
is, so it kind of makes sense. So it
It's not
checks
healthy,
out.
I don't think.
Oh, no.
Neither's potato for the rest
I mean,
of your life.
Correct. One
To be
food
fair,
group,
I
not
think
helpful.
like red meat's only unhealthy depending on how you cook it.
Yeah, okay.
So if you douse it in oil, I suppose it's very not healthy.
Douse it in oil and just light it on fire.
What about if you use butter and oil?
Let's light this bitch up.
Yeah, well, that's what I reckon.
Yeah. Okay,
Alright.
great.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Okay, I've got this theory
Okay, I'm ready.
/ question
Yes.
that I'd like to bring up.
Okay.
Okay, so this kind of moving further into the warren. We're taking the left hole. Is everyone keen to take the left hole?
The left oris.
Yeah, great. Let's go that way.
All right. So humans,
Yes.
us, we
Yes.
are humans.
Are you sure?
No, he's a computer. Have you heard? Yeah, she's
Yeah.
AI.
I
That's
am
the latest.
AI.
You are AI.
Liz has fallen in love with AI.
Anyway.
Okay, so we domesticate animals, right? Mm-hmm. So we domesticate wolves.
To make dogs?
To make dogs, to make chihuahuas, and now chihuahuas are here.
Yeah.
We've domesticated sheep, so we can use their, I don't know, whatever.
Wool?
Yeah.
And meat.
Meat. And other things. We've domesticated animals.
Cats.
What domesticated us?
Other humans.
Other humans domesticated us?
Yep.
Oh.
Humans that think they're more superior.
Humans that think they're more superior.
Maybe aliens, but we can't prove it.
Oh, the fallen angel thing. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. Aliens.
Liz's mum came over and told us about elephants. And
They're not elephants.
Nephilims, and which are fallen angels, and
Yeah.
they helped build the pyramids by making what are they called? Well, the big giants and stuff.
The
Oh.
Sphinx.
Like half
No,
humans.
half
like
humans.
they bred with the humans.
They bred with the humans and made
Yeah.
Like
made
a
things.
demigod or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
something like
But I
that.
love that idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Where was it? What was I talking about?
You were talking about what has domesticated
What
us.
domesticated
what has
us?
domesticated us then?
So the theory is that wheat domesticated us.
Wheat domesticated us.
Yeah.
Wheat's passive.
plant.
Wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, we were talking about the same thing. Wheat.
Wheat.
Yeah. Okay, wheat. Why?
So wheat is not a person.
No, it's not a person.
Okay.
So not Wheatus, the band.
Can you imagine?
Is that the Teenage Dirtbag Band?
Second, you just belt out that song, and then afterwards you're like, okay, back to my work.
I am domesticated.
Okay, so
What's
how?
the theory? Okay, so before wheat, they used to like plant wheat. Thanks, Callie. I love it. He's such a pain in the butt. Before wheat, we used to just roam the earth.
Yeah.
So we weren't domesticated. We weren't like
No, we
chilling
were
out.
traveling.
We were traveling around.
Yep.
We were hunters and gatherers.
Yep.
We'd
Traveling
We're transient.
travel.
We
We
would,
were gypsies.
Yeah.
We were exactly gypsies back then with
We would
like
move-
clubs and the car wheels that were made
Caveman
out of
gypsies.
stone.
Yeah.
We're
And
traveling gypsies.
You'd use
Yeah.
your feet to move the stone car, and
Yeah.
So that, and there wasn't cities.
No.
Flintstone vibes.
The reason, Callie, the reason that we are domesticated is because we started planting wheat, and we couldn't travel then because our wheat was in one spot,
So
and we
stay.
had to farm the wheat to stay in one spot, and so we would grow more and more, and people would come, and it would make a village, and people would stay there and grow the food because they know the food was consistent. So wheat domesticated us.
And then wheat became our food choice, our food source of choice.
Yep.
And then we mass produced or produced food off the back of wheat, and it's then stimulated society as we know it.
Yeah.
And when has bread not been like the number one food source around the world? Like
Bread.
varieties of
Or
bread.
croissants
Every
with
variety.
yummy stuff inside it.
Like
Croissants.
go around the world, and there is a version. We watched a documentary on bread. Highly recommend it. And every
Link me, I'm there.
Watch
I wish
it
there
after
was one of
6 weeks.
potatoes. But there was every single like culture and place that they were going to had a version of bread that was the staple of their meals.
Yeah. We have gone down a huge rabbit hole.
Man, I fuck with a cob loaf.
Hell yeah.
Cob loaf.
Actually, one thing that
Where did
because
that come from?
cob loaf, where did it come from? I don't know.
Who
The
made-
oven.
No, like who made the first
I
cob
don't
loaf?
know.
Yeah, John Cobb, I think.
Yeah. John Cobb.
Job cob dough.
John Cobb dough wheat man. I told people at work that we were talking about this week. We were talking about sort of scams in food.
Yeah.
So Jules, one of the ladies that works with us, she brought up this one thing where she saw a video of someone testing rice.
What do you mean testing rice?
Testing rice
For
that it
what?
was actually rice.
Oh.
Oh.
What do you mean?
So there's
what
a
would
video.
it be otherwise?
There's a video where they've pulled some cheap rice out
Yeah.
and put it next to real rice, put it on a frying pan,
Yeah.
and the real rice would do this and just
Yeah.
like rice would, and
Melts.
the other one melted.
Because it's plastic.
It was plastic, made partially with plastic.
Okay.
What?
Yeah. So, different version of that.
Yeah.
We can continue talking about that. But
Thanks for that one, Jules.
they used to put...
She asked for a shout out.
Oh,
so,
yeah, great.
Jules.
Good, thank you.
There you go,
Thanks,
Jules.
Jules. They used to add sawdust to food.
Sawdust?
Yes. So
Really?
yes. So it actually.
I'm putting my fake surprise face because we were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, but you only found out earlier.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Like
did.
it's only been in the last couple of hours that
Yeah.
you've known about this. So it was done as a filler
Yeah,
for
right.
food, and so this is actually what had prompted food regulation.
Yeah, right.
Was too much sawdust in food degraded.
Too much
Yeah, there
sawdust.
was too much added, and it just reduced the quality of the food, and it was causing famine and things like that, where people were actually eating, but they weren't getting the nutrients because the food was filled with sawdust, which is of course a lot cheaper than food products.
So this was like chicken nuggets and stuff, was it?
What it was actually talking about was bread-based products, carb-based products. So adding it in with as a substitute for wheat.
That's weird now because like don't they put bread in chicken nuggets now?
Oh, they don't anymore. They did for years, but now they say 100% breast because or 100% chicken because they got called out for filling it with other stuff. But that depends where you go though. Not every nugget's going to be 100% chicken.
Yeah.
With the sawdust thing, like I said earlier, there was a thing on Reddit where a boyfriend had been feeding his girlfriend sawdust because she was trying to lose weight.
Because he was trying to get her to lose weight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So he
right.
wanted her to like not
Be
eat
fat.
not eat as much. So he was using the sawdust in her food.
Okay, so we're saying this
What
works.
happened here? What happened here?
How did she find out?
Well, what happened was
She was like, I lit it on fire and was like, my mouth is now an oven.
So what happened was the brother of the
Oh.
boyfriend,
Yeah.
caught him doing it to his girlfriend.
Wow.
And it said, like, you need to tell her or I will tell her. And then he came clean about it.
What a hero.
And she was like, oh, well, I've lost 10 pounds, so just keep going. It's fine.
Well, no, she ended up going to the doctors and she had all these like health problems and stuff up from it.
Oh.
Because he'd been doing it for so long. Like, and my first thought was
Was she growing
ha-
trees inside her?
Well, my thing was like, how did he actually like grind the sawdust up that much?
What was it in? Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently because that was like she did edits and stuff on the post. It was in smoothies, and he would do like soups, and there was like acai bowls and things like that. So he made it with like a lot of liquid food and would put it in there. And like if they did mashed potato, he would like completely grind it up and put it through the food.
That's terrible.
Do you reckon like things that have a woody taste, that's what's actually in it?
Yeah, sawdust.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time I make something for you, and if it tastes a bit woody, that's just like the smoke that I've used in it.
I was about
bacon.
to say that, being like, if you ever get like a smoked pizza now, I'm going to be like,
Sawdust.
what's in this dough?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's come to a nice spot.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
I feel comfortable.
This was a
In the
nice
sawdust.
This was a nice chat. We started with milk and ended with
Sawdust.
sawdust. That's where Warrens take you.
The left Warren.
If
The
you
left
ever the left Warren, we ended up that one was left Warren, yeah. So if you ever see a rabbit hole, that's where it could take you.
Unless we go the right one.
Oh,
And then who knows?
this is
that's a
like a
mystery.
Matrix kind of conversation.
It is.
It's like,
Then what's
do you
the
take the
center?
blue or the
We
red?
haven't talked about the
Center?
Matrix. We haven't talked about the Matrix
What?
as
What
a
do you
conspiracy theory.
mean?
that
We've
we're
touched
in
on it on
A
the
little
AI.
bit? Oh, okay.
Oh, we could though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
there
we're in
is
the Matrix.
so much in depth on Matrix. I could
Yeah.
talk for days about that stuff.
And all the evidence that they've come up with that we're in the Matrix.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Do you think we're in the Matrix?
Don't know.
You don't know.
Well, let's be real. Like, we don't know.
I know, but what do
Is
you
there any way
reckon?
that we can test it, do you think?
Well, how did like Neo get out? Is
He
it 'cause
saw the cat
He
twice.
saw the cat twice.
that's right. And he's the one, remember?
Yeah.
He's the one.
So you think if we're not the one, we have no chance?
Yeah, pretty much. Unless he's coming back to save us.
So neon is a nanomanogram for one.
I get it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. Thank you for coming down the rabbit hole with us. We're going to have finished this episode off in the next segment. So thanks for coming along. Boom. Boomtown. Boom. Boomatron. Boom. Microphone. Boom. Boom, 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 boom.
Sound like you said boob.
This is the end of the podcast, and I'm singing a song to let everyone know that it is the end of the podcast. And I'm singing this song to let everybody know that this is the
This is like the song that doesn't end.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
We are at the end. It's been such a great chat. Thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed just
Everything.
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 I think-
everything about this.
Yeah,
Thanks
everything.
for having me.
Yeah, it was good to have you back. It was good. And it's good to catch up with you again. It's been like 20 years.
No, I'm sorry.
It's my fault. Yeah, definitely we'll have you back at some other stage
Yeah,
as well. when
for
we're-
sure.
Hopefully we catch up before then.
Yeah, before 20 years. Yeah. But it's been good. We've had lots to talk about. We talked about so many different things today. But if you've got comments about it, make sure you put it in those comments in YouTube.
And I'd like to know what your one food is that you would
Yeah.
eat for the rest of your life.
I bet you it's just a whole bunch of comments about potatoes.
I'm all about potatoes. I'm happy to engage
How
in
many
those
different
conversations.
ways can
You can do curly potatoes.
curly potatoes?
Oh, we should have
Waffle
talked about.
fries.
Waffle fries.
I have a rating system for fries. We'll talk about that another
I'm
time.
so hungry. Yeah, so leave a
Same.
comment. We're also on Instagram, and we do sometimes ask questions through stories.
Yeah.
So if you want to be involved with the podcast, get onto that Instagram. It is the Penny
Liz.
Podcast, and you just go onto Instagram and you use
Use-
it like Instagram.
Yeah, and then you just type in like, hi.
Yeah,
I
hi.
would like to talk about the podcast and how good potatoes are.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this podcast is about too, like having just normal people.
Yeah.
Not normal people, but just having the everyday
The
people
everyday people.
on the podcast, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
there's no like stupidly famous people. Well, are you famous?
No.
Okay. So there's no stupidly famous people on here.
Let me just say though, we're not ruling that out. If you're famous and you want to be on our podcast,
Yeah, you can come along.
Yeah, reach out.
Like, I would like to meet someone famous.
Or if you know someone famous that we could get on, like,
Yeah.
all open to that. But if you also aren't famous and you're just an everyday Joe, please feel free to send us a message. And if you've got something you'd like to talk about on the podcast,
You don't actually have to be called Joe either. It can be other names. So
If
I
you're
don't want to
in-
restrict it to just people named Joe.
if you're an everyday Keith, an everyday Warren,
It likes to go down the right hole. The
you
white road.
too can also be on the podcast.
Look, we're open to people that want to go into any hole, truthfully. So, such a dirty mind, Tabitha.
And on that note,
We will see you in the next time. Thank you so much. Any last words you'd like to share?
I got to hold
Callisto.
Puppy, yeah.
Yeah, she did. It was cute as
So-
hell.
so
She
cute.
starfished for a bit, but she was okay. It was good.
He meant the dog.
And on that note, thank you for
Thank
joining
you for
us.
joining us. See you guys. We'll see you next time. He's starfished. Are you taking a video?
I just said that.
Oh,
Hang on, I'll do it again.
make sure you get my good side.
So I was just taking the video.
Is that my good side? I think this is my good side. Yeah, it's a good side. We'll go with that. So good.
Love it. Because that way I can tag you in it.